Flower Bandits breaking news, coming at you live with the most exciting and up-to-date eco news of the week. Hi everyone, welcome to Flower Bandits Eco News of the Week. This is going to be a little bit different of a video from what I normally make. I'm starting a new series on eco news and what's been happening throughout the week, so you can get a little bit of an update and stay up to date with what's going on in the world as far as climate change goes, eco news, bills that are passing, protests that are happening. I'm going to cover it all in these videos, and let's just get into what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm really excited for Earth Day. Earth Day is April 22nd every year, and this year it falls on a Friday. That's tomorrow. Before I get into what's going on for Earth Day this year, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of it in case you don't know. So the first Earth Day was held in April of 1970. About 20 million Americans, that's about 10% of the population at that time, walked out and protested on that day to bring awareness for the environment. Basically, the Environmental Protections Agency had not been created yet, so we didn't have any of the acts that we have now, like the Clean Air Act or the Clean Water Act. None of that existed. So on this day, it was sort of a catalyst for things to change as far as protecting the environment goes. The Environmental Protection Agency was created by Richard Nixon, and a lot of these acts that we have now protecting not only the environment but the habitats and the animals that live in them. So this was a great turning point in the history of the United States as far as protecting the environment goes. And in 1990, the event turned into a global event. So instead of just things happening in the United States, things were happening all around the world. People were out protesting and really speaking out about protecting the environment and how important it is. So now that we've talked a little bit about the history of Earth Day, I'm going to get into things that are going to be happening around the world. There's tons of stuff happening, and you can find a list of local events in your area at earthday.org. I'll link all the things that I mentioned in the description down below, by the way, so everything is easily accessible for anyone who wants to take a look. There's a few notable events going on around the world for Earth Day. One is in New York City. They're coordinating their largest car-free day ever, so everything's going to be shut down and the whole city is going to be walkable, which is really cool and I think is a great thing. It'll save the city a lot of emissions that day, and I'm sure the skies will be way clearer the next day. So super cool event. Next notable event is that Southern California is actually going to be breaking ground on a landmark project that could save mountain lions from going extinct. So this is an $87 million 10-lane wide land corridor that's going to be going over the 101 freeway in Agora Hill. So it'll be a link for the mountain lions and other wildlife to roam freely across the Santa Monica Mountains. So there's been a few of these that have been popping up. They are basically just land bridges that are going over the tops of freeways so that the wildlife doesn't get separated by the freeway. They can still continue to cross over and roam the land freely. So this is a really great project, and I think it's really going to make a difference in the mountain lion population. In Denmark, Earth Day is celebrated at Christiansborg Castle Square in Copenhagen. They have a celebrational drum playing pointed at all four corners of the world, and then afterwards they have a March for Science. In Japan, they have a 2-day celebration of Earth Day, where in Yoyogi Park, over 100,000 people are expected to meet up, have some family activities, and learn more about how they can be more sustainable. In Spain, in Granada, there is a 24-hour global unity and regeneration gathering held, which includes presentations and workshops on how to help the environment. In India, everybody wears green, and there are many events put on focused on helping the Asian elephant, an endangered species. And South Africa hosts the Earth Expo, which presents educational forums on sustainable nutrition, technology, entrepreneurship, and fashion. Besides going to actual events, there's some things that you can do to participate in Earth Day without having to go to an event, things that you can do in your own area, like sponsor the planting of trees. So I'll leave a list of those in the description. So the Canopy Project, I'll pop up a little photo here. they plant a tree for every $1 donated. So that's a great thing to do to participate if you don't have a lot of time or an opportunity to go to events or volunteer. You're still making a difference by planting a tree. I know there's a lot of these organizations. There's also a company in Hawaii that is planting native trees on their land, so you can sponsor one of those and help rebuild the habitats there. Tons of different places that you can sponsor to plant trees, and I'll link them all down in the description below so you can take a look and pick one that you like the most. Another thing that you can participate in your own little neighborhood is the Great Global Cleanup. This is a global campaign to remove trash and pollution from neighborhoods, beaches, rivers, lakes, pretty much everywhere around the world, and it's an effort to protect habitats for animals and humans. One thing you can do at your own home is plant some native plants and attract some bees and other pollinators and give them a home to thrive, since that is one of the populations we're worried about. But native plants, super great. We don't want to be planting invasive species that can destroy habitats, so native plants are always a great option. Next thing that you can do that's super easy is just take a walk around your neighborhood with a trash bag and pick up any litter or pollution that you see. So maybe you live by a ditch or a creek that you can go and pick up trash from, and just not only does it make your neighborhood look nicer, but you're also helping out the animals in your local area, whether it be like the squirrels or the beavers, anything that's in your local area, just helping out. And pretty simple, easy task. Also, you get to spend a few minutes outside and take a nice walk. The two things that I'm going to be participating in my local area is the Beach to Bay cleanup, which is a trash cleanup across all of San Diego and I think even the county, where you can pick a certain area and pick up either that beach, the creek, or pretty much anywhere around San Diego. There's different locations that they have on their website that you can choose from, sign up for, show up, and participate. It's a really great event because it's removing all the pollution, and it's really getting a lot of people together to participate and make a big change in what pollution is existing around the area. They have cleanups pretty often. I think at least once a week there's at least one going on around somewhere in San Diego, but this is sort of the big culmination of all of them, like all over town all at once it's happening, which is really cool. The second event that I'm going to be participating in is the Balboa Park Earth Fair. So this is like the big event for Earth Day in San Diego. It takes place in Balboa Park, which is like the biggest park in San Diego, and I signed up to volunteer at one of the booths. They do need a lot of volunteers because of the pandemic. Their volunteer base and funding kind of took a hit, so they're really looking for the support this year and still accepting volunteers. So the orientation is tonight and Saturday, I believe. They have two options. So if you're watching this video and you want to volunteer and you're in San Diego, sign up. I'll have their link in the description because they really do need volunteers. They have a lot of different jobs that you can sign up for. I know they have zero waste monitor, so someone that's watching the recycling bins and making sure everything goes in the right bins, information booth volunteers, and I think they have a parade this year, so they need volunteers for that as well. But lots of jobs that need to be filled, so if you're looking to volunteer or do something for Earth Day, I definitely recommend that one. Lots of eco-friendly brands and zero waste sort of things going on. Even if you can't volunteer, if you can come by and check it out, it'll be a really cool event to kind of learn a lot about what's going on in San Diego as far as being more like sustainable and zero waste, preventing pollution. If you're a homeowner, I know they have a big separate area for you to go and learn all about what you can do to your home to make it more sustainable and zero waste. So lots of cool things to check out there. I definitely recommend that event. Now you may be thinking Earth Day should be every day, and it should, but taking one day out of the year to really focus on environmental impacts and becoming more sustainable, it really opened people's eyes that may not previously had known or had any experience with these things. So I do think it's important to have Earth Day and have these educational programs and events that can broaden the reach of all of the things that we're trying to do to help protect the environment and the earth as a whole. Thank you for watching this first installment of Flower Bandit's News of the Week. I want to give a shout out to Dominic, my boyfriend, for giving me this idea. I'm really excited to be following the news a little bit more closely and sharing it with all of you. So if you like this video and you want to catch the next one, don't forget to like and subscribe. I come out with new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturdays. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!